Good morning. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Awa. That's my stage name. So, what we going to get into today is why do I always got to teach this lesson? Why do I always got to teach this lesson, baby? So, now before we start, hit that like and subscribe button if you feel my content. Okay. And if you don't feel my content, keep scrolling, please. Keep scrolling. All right. So we're going to talk about it. We want to ask this question, Mama, how dare you let your son over the weekend tell your husband he was going to rock his chest? I just want to know that. How did you let him tell him, oh, I'm going to rock your chest if you say something else? Now, mind you, stepfather has been there since the child was in elementary. He has been there for this kid. He has loved this kid, kept a roof over this kid head, food in his belly, and now he done got a certain age. Okay, he done got a certain age. He a teenager, and he gonna go tell the stepfather, "I will rock your chest." What are we doing? What are we doing, Mama? You didn't say anything. You just sat there on the chair. You didn't say nothing, Mama. What are we doing? But y'all will run around here talking about you want to get married. But you didn't set the ground rules to tell these children watch your mouth. No, you didn't tell them nothing. You didn't tell them nothing. Okay? Listen to me. When you decide that you're going to marry, and my sisters, I want y'all to listen up real good. When you decide that you're going to marry, you got to sit this child down and talk to this child. You got to sit this child down and talk to this child. Good morning, David. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do, baby. Because if you don't sit this child down and explain to this child that, Mama, good morning, Almond Eyes. How are you, my dear? It's good to see you. You don't sit this child down and say, Mama needs somebody in her life and that she has enough love to share between you and this man. If you do not tell this child that, this child will be a nightmare. Explain this thing because now the boy is a teenager. First of all, you have made him a son husband in the first place. Okay. The boy is a teenager. You didn't explain anything to the boy. So the boy jumping up in the stepfather face like it's good. It's all good. Okay? Because Mama, why? You didn't teach the boy anything. You didn't say anything to this boy. So this boy think he could say whatever he want to say to the stepfather. The stepfather up in this house helping paying bills, okay? Majority of the bills he paying, okay? Buying food, all right? Making sure everybody's safe. What we doing, Mama? What we doing? You sitting on a chair, okay? You sitting on a chair, all right, eating some Doritos. You ain't doing nothing, Mama. What is going on here? What are we doing? So the boy can sit up there and talk about he gonna rock his chest if he say something else, and you just sat there ain't say nothing. Good morning, Mrs. She said. How are you, my dear? I love the show yesterday. Hashtag shame. Hashtag shame in the house. Okay, love the show, my dear. Almond Eyes. I was at your last show, girl, and it was popping, honey. Your content is fire, baby. You keep pursuing what you trying to do. You hear me? Almond Eyes, you hear me? Keep doing what you doing, my dear. Keep doing it, honey. You got it. You on the right track. Keep doing it. So yeah, so now that's the thing that kills me right there. Let me see. Merchant said I took a step back to think about it for a second. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, I gotta know what you said. When I met my wife, she told me she was pregnant after like 5 days knowing her. Oh, wait a minute. Merchant, you be telling your business. This is too much. Slick mouth get you put out the house. Yes, honey. Slick mouth get you put out the house. Tell it, honey. Tell it. Tell it. Because they think they know everything. They think they know everything. And mama, you ain't say nothing. You ain't say one word, mama. You just let the child just say whatever. Amanize, thank you. I will be tonight. I appreciate. Oh, honey, and I will be watching, honey. I will be watching because you know I'm subscribed to your channel. I will be watching, honey. Amanize says she got a show tonight, y'all. She's on YouTube. And I also want y'all to check out Mrs. She Says she's on YouTube too. Okay. Both of these sisters' content is straight, no chaser, honey. You'll love it. So now, mama, you just let this boy jump up in your husband's face and tell him I will rock your chest. You gonna rock who chest? You gonna rock who chest? This man been on this earth longer than you. You gonna rock who chest? This is the thing that kills me about these young men. Just because this man is an older gentleman, you think you can rock with this man. Not even on the best day, baby. Not even on the best day that you can rock with this man. Older men know tricks, know tricks better than these younger men. Okay? So we not doing that. And mama, you just sat there, you ain't say nothing. And that's why the boy just do what he want to do in the house. That's why he do what he want to do. Cause he think your husband scared of him. But I'm gonna share something with you. The husband ain't scared of him. The husband just don't want no rah-rah. That's what it is. The husband don't want no rah-rah. He don't want to go do no time. That's it. That's it. Okay. And I'm gonna share something with you, baby. He must love you. He must love you to stay. Cause let me share something with you. I'm gonna tell you right now. I can't be no stepmother. I'm sorry. I know a lot of y'all like, oh, your husband was a stepfather. Yes, he was a stepfather. He was. But I don't know if I could be a stepmother. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. Kudos to the men that do it, honey. Kudos, my brother. Because most women cannot do this. It takes a strong woman, do you hear me? With a clean heart to love somebody else's child. Do you hear me? See, women, we get upset when we meet men, we tell men right away, I come with a package. That's that foolery that we got taught by our mama. I come with a package. And she toot her face up. I come with a package. Greetings, Big Cooper. Hello, JB. How you doing, my dear? Now, that's the thing they say. I come with a package. My son is this, my son is that, just praising the son. Okay. So now the man, because the woman looked fine, she looked good. Okay. He like, okay, I'm gonna try to work with it. I'm gonna try my best to work with it. Then when he get in there and find out, okay, he find out that the son is on demon time. Okay. The son is doing foolery. Now the stepfather thinking like, why did I marry this woman? Why did I marry this woman? Because the son is unruly and she don't control the son. The son say whatever they want to say to the stepfather. This is why I say my husband, when we first married, my husband went through foolery. Do you hear me? He went through foolery. Now I wasn't the woman that would say, oh, that's not my business. I'm not gonna say nothing. No, I corrected that nonsense right then and there. I corrected it, right? My husband was there, I was there, my son was right there, and I said, no, we won't be doing that today. We will not be doing that today. You will not be disrespecting my husband. And what my sons they say, oh, I'm your son. Yes, you are my son, but you supposed to stay in your place. And that's how you correct nonsense that you have caused, mama. That's how you correct it. Now, I'm not shying away from the fact that I started this foolery because it was my fault. Okay. I got to take accountability for the nonsense that I did. Okay. Because when you make these boys son husbands, okay, when the true king come, the child act indignant. Okay. That's when you do your best impression of. Why did you say that? This is what I'm saying. When you act, first of all, listen, don't let the child act indignant. Don't let him, honey. Correct that child. Correct that child. When that child is doing foolery, correct that child. I'm telling you. Don't let them. Auntie Jenny, good morning. How are you? Anye, good morning. It's good to see you. Don't let the child do foolery, baby. Don't let them, because let me share something with you. Let me share something with you. Children, I love my kids. Okay, I love my kids. I love all of them. But children are sneaky. They are very sneaky. Okay. And if the child does not belong to your husband, honey, the child think that your husband is the enemy. Do you hear me? So you got to sit that child down, start talking to that child. Because let me share something with you. That child going to run that stepfather away. That's what's going to happen. The child going to run the stepfather away. And let me share something with you, baby. Let me share one thing with you, okay? When the child get older and decide to marry and go out on their own, mama, you're going to be in a one-bedroom apartment by yourself. That child will come see you when the child feel like it. Come visit you when the child feel like it on holidays, okay? Call you when the child feel like it. But when they were young, they ran that good man away that you had because of their attitude, okay? Because of their attitude, okay? That's what they do. And nobody say nothing. Nobody say nothing. Mama, you didn't say one word. You just let them keep doing the foolery. That's what I'm talking about. That's the foolery I'm saying. Okay? That's the foolery that we just go out and just say nonsense. Okay? Now, why I'm bringing this conversation up, okay? Why I'm bringing this up, baby? I had a flashback when I heard this nonsense, okay? I was at work yesterday, okay? And I heard a sister. I'm minding my business. First of all, I was minding my business. Let's clarify that one, okay? I was minding my own business. I didn't say nothing, okay? That's what I was doing at first, okay? Now, she on the phone, okay, with her so-called son husband. And she gonna say, don't you she was like, she was trying to tell the boy something. And he gonna tell his mama, oh well, I'ma rock his chest because I don't have time for this foolery. The mother didn't say nothing. I just looked at her and she rolled her eyes because she knew I was gonna say something. I just looked at her and my whole face changed. How dare you let your son tell you on the phone that he gonna rock your husband's chest? First of all, this is time for me to clock out. I'm ready to clock out. I'm ready to go home. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. I'm ready to go home. Cause you gonna rock who chest? First of all, that's what I would have said to him on the phone. Who chest you gonna rock? Who chest you gonna rock? You don't pay no bills in this house. Who chest you gonna rock? Auntie Jenny said, your king first always, whether the child is his or not. Respect due always. Don't allow the child to divide and conquer. Amen, Auntie Jenny. You right. Tara said, at first, LOL. Tara said, you said it with those eyes. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I had to look at her twice, honey. A man's strong presence will not get that attitude. I'm going to share something with you. Merchant, I understand what you're saying, but even the strong brothers get this nonsense. Even the strong ones get this foolery. They do. They do. I have met some that they still get this foolery by children, and I'm going to tell you why they get it. I'm going to tell you why. Because they know you can't do nothing to them. That's why. They know if they do something to you, you can't do nothing to them. All they're going to do is call a popo or go tell somebody that you did something to him. And especially if his daddy is from the streets, honey, you have a problem. You have a problem if the daddy is from the streets. Okay? You got to worry about when you going out to work in the morning. If this brother hiding behind some tree because he don't like you anyway, because you done wiped his baby mama. You done gave his baby mama a dignified last name. Okay, so you have a problem, my brother. So merchant, I'm telling you, I know what I'm saying, baby. I know what I'm saying, but let me see what you said. At all, okay, they will try you, but once they see, they wait a minute. This guy is for real. Now, yeah. But I'm gonna share something with you. It may not go down like that because sometimes the streets make these young men think they got heart. Yeah, I'm telling you, baby, the streets will make these young men act like they got some heart. They first of all, let me share something with you. Let me share something with you that I learned when I used to do nonsense when I was young. When we used to do foolery in my projects, right? Most of the young men, they ain't have heart. They ain't have heart. They did not. See, selling drugs, right? Selling drugs, and this is an educational video, y'all. Because y'all know I got monetized. I gotta be careful what I say. This is educational purposes only. Okay. Trigger warning. Okay. Now, when you out in the street and you doing foolery and you drugging and you drinking and you selling that stuff to your community, you are not a man. I'm sorry. The ones who are the real men are the ones that go to work every day. And when you young and you got to work at McDonald's and Burger King, my dear, you are graduating into manhood. Yes, you are. If you can go get a 9 to 5, baby, congratulations. You are going into manhood. But when you out there slinging drugs to your community and you killing off your people, you are not a man. But the streets make you think that you're a man. They make you think that you're a man until you have to go do some jail time. That until you have to go do some jail time. And the government show you I'm the one that been giving your mama food stamps. I'm the one that been giving your mama Section 8. I'm the one that been giving your mama Medicaid for you. Medical health. What they call that? Is that Medicaid or Medicare? No, Medicaid. I'm sorry. I the one that been giving your mama Medicare for you. Okay? I'm your daddy. That's what daddy tell these women who got these babies. I'm your daddy. Okay? I'm your daddy, baby. Okay? Bring my son to me. And then now when the son end up in that prison, honey, and he learned he ain't really a man, this is when he start crying. All he had to do was just listen to the stepfather. What the stepfather gonna tell you? Clean your room, take out the garbage, don't leave no mess in the living room, and give you a lesson now and then. But no, you want to break bad. You want to break bad, tell him, oh, I'm going to rock your chest. You better go sit down. Mama, you ain't say nothing. You better go sit down, mama. Okay? The buffoonery. Yes, honey. Yes, the buffoonery. I'm tired. I'm tired. It's nonsense. Why do women trust their men with their bodies, but not their children? Ooh, Auntie Jenny, you speaking it. You speaking it. It's true. It's true. Because if the child is doing something, say if the child is a toddler and the child did something bad in the house, and it's only the stepfather and the child in the house, and the stepfather spanked the child. When she come home and he explained what the child did, first thing she say, she don't even listen that the stepfather said the child was playing with the electrical socket. She didn't listen to that part. She only listened to the part he said he spanked him or spanked her. Okay? She gonna tell him, why you put your hands on my child? That child is my child. You not the daddy. And the stepfather thinking in his mind, I put food on this table. I buy this little monster clothes and shoes. So if this child act up, I got the right to spank this child. But what y'all say? You don't have no right to spank my kid. That's my kid. That's what y'all say. So you cause this division between the children he got with you and this child. And you know what happens? The man decide, I'm just going to focus on my kid. That's what he decide. I'm going to just focus on my babies. My 3 babies I got, I'm going to focus on them. Okay? And whatever this child do in this house, I'm gonna let this child do it. And when you come home, you figure it out. I cannot blame the men for being that way. I cannot. I'm sorry. I can't blame them for being that way. Because mama, if you and your husband is not on one accord, you and the stepfather not on one accord, once the child see nonsense, the child gonna continue to push y'all apart. Yeah, the child will continue to do that foolery. But once you sit down with the child and you and the husband sit together and you tell this child that me and him are the king and queen of this house. You cannot do foolery. Let this child know. Let this child know, honey. If you don't let this child know, this child will grow up and do foolery in this house. And then when they become a teenager, talking about, I'll rock your chest. You better go sit down. You better go sit down. Nobody called you. Hey, Chocolate, how are you, honey? Nobody called you. But mama, you don't say nothing. You don't say nothing. You let the child just disrespect your husband. Okay, the husband can't say nothing to this child because you sitting up there talking about you didn't make this child with me. I didn't make this child with you. I didn't make this child with you. That's what you're saying. But when we go on family vacations, I got to pay the ticket for this child to get on the plane. I got to pay for the hotel for this child to be in. Okay? I got to buy this child clothes like I got to buy my kids clothes. But I can't correct this child. You better go sit down. Ladies, if you feel this way, you're not ready for marriage. You're not ready for marriage. Go back to the wall. Go back to the wall and sit there until somebody come pick you up. Because this does not make sense. It does not. Some women like the attention and they report to her girlfriend about the, oh wow, no, you didn't switch that up. The Carrie Springer show. You saw that's terrible. That's terrible. You done switched that name around. But all I'm saying is that we will sit up here, okay? We will sit up here, tell the stepfather, you don't have no rights to my child, okay? You don't have no rights to my child. My child can do whatever they want to do. When I get home, then you let me know what my child did. But this the same child that's eating the Cocoa Puffs. This the same child that's eating the Lucky Charms, okay? This is the same child that want the same type of sneakers that the other three children get. But the husband can't correct the child. So, mama, let me share something with you. If the husband can't correct the child, you're going to go back to the wall and sit there. Sit there. Go back to the wall and sit there because that means you're not ready for marriage. And Almond Eyes, I seen you, honey. You up here joking. I see your emojis. I seen it. Okay? You doing foolery. That is nonsense. You doing foolery. Okay? This man wants you. He wants you. But you letting this child say whatever they want to say to this man. Go sit down. Go sit down. You doing nonsense. Oh, Merchant said, my wife never told me that. See, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. We don't still winning. How are you, my dear? Oh, you said sit on the wall with the dunce cap on. Yes, baby, with the dunce cap. With the dunce cap, baby. You doing foolery. She let me know to check him at times when necessary. All right, my dear. That's how we doing it. That's how we doing it. Check him, honey. Check him. Because ain't no way I'm up here paying mortgage, buying food and clothes and shoes, and you gonna jump up in the king face and tell him, "Oh, I'ma rock your chest." You gonna rock who chest? You gonna rock who chest? Cause your mama can't block me if I wanted to take you down. Your mama can't block me. Okay? She can't. Only thing she could do is rub my chest and tell me to calm down. That's it. That's all she could do. Because if I really wanted to get you, I would just go ahead. I would just go ahead and do a Deion Sanders. Go ahead and do a Deion Sanders switch on her. Okay? And I done got to you already. Your mama had to rub my chest for me to calm down. I would have did a Deion Sanders on her. Okay? Y'all do some foolery. What you want to get married for? Why you want to get married? You can't control this child. Why? You just want to go around telling people, I's a married now. That's what you want to do? That's what you want to do? That's what you want to do. I's a married now. This don't make no sense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It does not make any sense at all. Y'all doing nonsense. But you say you want to get married, but you don't have no control over those children. I understand if you brought him one. I understand if you brought him two. But baby, come on now. Let's get it right. Let's talk to these babies. If you want to be married, let's talk to these babies. I'm not saying that you just tell them all types of foolery, but sit these kids down and talk to them. Talk to them. Tell them mama got enough love for both of y'all. But mama not going to accept no disrespect. Mama not going to do that. You said tell them right. Now let's see. Chocolate said they want to get married for the retirement fund. Chocolate, you be doing too much, Chocolate. I don't know what's going on, Chocolate. Every time you be doing too much, baby. I don't know what's going on. Auntie Jenny said, my mother always said that two women or two men can't live in one household. A real household has one man and one woman only. You know what, Auntie Jenny, you is preaching it, honey. You preaching it. Because I always say two kings can't live in a castle. And two queens can't live in a castle either, honey. I always say that. This is the problem. This is the problem. Because we have not explained this to the children. They doing foolery. And mama, when you sitting there eating those hot Cheetos and not saying nothing, you have co-signed the nonsense. You co-signed it. You co-signing it. If you don't say nothing, mama, you co-signing it. So correct the child. Why you get married if you ain't want to correct the child? Just let the child just do whatever and you stay at the wall. You stay at the wall with your dunce hat on, turned around until somebody tap you on the shoulder and tell you, I want to make you my wife. That's what we doing. That is what we doing. Merchant said I had to check my nephew the same way. You see, this is the foolery. Let me share something with you. And first of all, the men already know this. When you dating a single mother and she has a boy, the first child is a boy. You already know you meeting a son husband. You already know when she tell you that she got a son, the brothers already know they about to meet the son husband. They already know this, honey. You know what I'm saying? They already know. I had to read something and it didn't sound right. So I'm going to leave that right there. So they already know they meeting the son husband. Okay. So now the son husband, because this is the eye contact, the son husband know he see what he see before him is a king. The son husband know already that this is a king. Auntie Jenny, you is switching back and forth. You switching back and forth, Auntie Jenny. So now the son already know, okay, I'm meeting a king now. Oh no, I'm gonna have to act like I'm a dominant. He wanna show the king that I could swing with the best. Okay? But you know what the king do? The king just look at her and say, my brother, I'm your replacement. Okay? I am your replacement, baby. I have come to reign and show you. Okay? I have come to reign and show you that I am king. Once I marry your mama, you hear me? Once I marry your mama, that's it. Auntie Jenny, what is you doing? Your personal positive troll, Auntie Jenny. Listen, once he said the king looking at the boy talking about I'm your replacement. The king looking at him, I'm your replacement, boy. You gonna go sit down. I'm gonna show you what we really do as men. Okay? So now the young son husband is looking cross-eyed like what is going on? Mama ain't gonna love me like she loved him. Mama ain't gonna treat me like she used to treat me. But this is not true. If the child stay in his place, if the child stay in his place, and mama has come with the new king and explain everything to this child, things can run differently. If you come with a united front, it can run differently. Do you hear me? But if you don't, when the child get older talking about I'ma rock your chest, and mama, you don't say nothing, you have started a war. You have started a full aerial assault because now when you didn't correct the boy at all, okay, you didn't correct the boy, you didn't say nothing, the boy think it's okay to disrespect the king. And the king didn't step to him because, okay, because he loves you. He loved you, mama. That's why the king didn't step to him. Y'all remember that movie, Baby Boy? Y'all remember that movie? Come on now. Y'all remember that movie? Okay? That thing is demonstrated in so many households across the United States. It's not even funny. Do you hear me? It's not funny. Mama is in her 50s and she got a son that's in his 30s and still living in the mama house. Growth, what's going on, honey? Good. It's good to see you, my dear. Thank you for ninja watching. I appreciate it. But mama got this big son in here. Okay? She got this big son in here. And now she done meet this fine looking man. This fine looking man want to teach her a few things. And the son getting jealous. That son husband getting jealous. Okay? Mama done gave her life and everything for this boy. This boy is grown. Still living with mama. Telling mama this, telling mama that. This is the nonsense. This is the foolery. Y'all remember that movie? Honey, I fell out when he came out half naked. That first of all, he was fully naked. That blew my mind, honey. Okay? I said this don't make no sense at all, but the movie was good. The movie was good because it showed a lot of things that we do to our boys when they young. Making them son husbands, making them not responsible. Because what we do, okay, what we do, when a young woman come to our door talking about your son got me pregnant, what do? We tell her right away, not my son, not my son. I ain't never seen you before come around here. Well, mama, when you was at work, he had her sneaking through the back door of the house, okay? Mama, while you was at work, he had her in doggy style flipped to the side. Okay, mama, this is the truth. But you sitting up there co-signing for this boy doing foolery. This is how we raise those jesters. We don't know how to raise kings. Okay? It take a king to raise a king. Okay? This is the truth. We raising jesters. Because I'm tired of using that Pookie and Ray Ray stuff, y'all. I got to use something else. We raising jesters. They don't have no power, no nothing. Okay? That's what's going on. We don't want to let the men raise these boys because we want to sit up here talking about it's my son, that's my son. And then he grow up to be a monster and can't take care of no children. He running around making 12 to 17 kids by 10 different baby mamas. And we don't say nothing. Auntie Jenny said, my son was 5 when I met my man. The older the child, the harder it is for the man. You right, Auntie Jenny. You speaking truth. Because when my son and my husband met, my son was a teenager, Auntie Jenny. My son was a teenager, honey, and I didn't even know the smoke that he could give to my king like that. But only because me and my king was on one accord, we was able to quench that fire, honey. We was able to quench that fire. But if you not on one accord, honey, you will make a nightmare for somebody. Do you hear me? You will make a nightmare for somebody. Oh, Chocolate, no, you didn't. Tyshawn and Man, I'm tired of you. Chocolate, you gonna stop today. We not doing that today. Today is Monday. Be nice, okay? Be nice. Okay, let me see. I got something else in here. Some kids can be manipulative because they either want their way. They don't like the step parent. Don't let them get away with foolery. You right about that. Foolery, so they put dirt on his name and make him look bad. Rather, it's true or not true. Ooh, you right about that one, honey. Okay. William says, much love in all you demonstrate. Oh, thank you, my dear. This is the problem. This is the issue. This is the problem that we have because, mama, you want to get married, but you don't have that child under control. Now, I'm going to share this tidbit with y'all because I told y'all this before. I'm not sure if y'all remember. But before I even knew anything about my king, before I even knew that this man was coming my way, I had a nice gentleman that I dated for like 2 years. And you know what he told me? See, when one man sees something in you, all the men see it in you too. They all see it in you. Any man that you date, if you supposed to be a wife, every man sees that in you. But if you got some rah-rah behind you, it's going to be his choice to make you his wife or not. Okay? But I remember this gentleman said to me, and I'm quite sure he made some woman happy. Okay? I'm quite sure he made some woman happy because he was a good man. He said to me, and this what broke us up. He said to me, I would have been married you a long time ago. He said, because you're a good woman. You got a good heart. I would have been married you a long time ago. But you are alpha female. This is what he said to me. You are alpha female and you don't have no control over your son. That's exactly what he said to me, baby. And did he lie? He did not lie. He did not lie. He told the truth. But at the time, I couldn't take that. So I slammed the door in his face. I could not take that. Okay? But until I had to get a little more knowledge. I had to get a little more understanding. Do you hear me? I had to get a little more. And so now when I met my king and was dating him, okay, he said to me, you're a good woman. You're a good woman, but there's some things that need to be worked on. You understand? You got a good heart. You actually supposed to be a wife, not a baby mother. One day we was sitting down in my living room. Okay, I had a white section on. We just sitting in the living room, just talking, drinking some tea or whatever, just talking. And he told me, I want to share something with you, but I don't know how you gonna feel about it, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. I told him, I said, okay, go ahead. He said, you're a good woman. You got a good heart. You hear me? You supposed to be a wife. The way you cater to me when I come to your house, you supposed to be a wife. You're not supposed to be a baby mama. He said that exact words to me. He said, but your son is out of line. Your son is out of line. He think he your husband. And then he said, this is what he said to me. He said just like this to me. He said, and then you think you a king. That's what he said to me. Just like that. He said, you think you a king. And that's when I came in to remember what the other young man said to me when I was dating him back then. He said to me, you are alpha female. Now, I was watching Sir Hill Speaks last night. I watched this brother a lot. I like his content. When y'all get a chance, y'all tune into this brother. His content is always educational. You understand? But I already knew I was an alpha female. Even though That should not even, that first of all, it doesn't exist. But that's how they label women that think that have masculine traits. Okay, that's how they label women. But you know where that come from? And Sir Hill said it last night on his show. He said that comes from trauma. That's a trauma response, and he's right. Because when he said that, I said that's what it means, because I was hurt. I was hurt the way I grew up, the nonsense that I've been through. That was a response. So I had to always be strong. So now, when my husband decided to marry me with all the foolery, I was like his project. He was like chipping away at all the nonsense and teaching me. Do you hear me? Yes, you right, merchant. It's not real. Alpha female, that's not real. It's just a statement women use when they want to say that they're like dominant. Okay. So now my husband was chipping away at me, all the foolery that I was doing, chipping away. And every time I would get a correction. Like it wasn't no day that I wouldn't get a correction. You understand? Because he was trying to mold me into the wife he needed me to be. And I was in my 20s. So this is the time where if you marry, okay, you need to mold a woman in her 20s. Okay? This is how you can only do it. Because once she get past a certain age, honey, she not going to listen to you. Mona D, good morning. How are you, honey? It's good to see you. She not going to listen to you if she's past a certain age, okay, and you marry her. Everything that she has already been taught, that's what she keeps. But if she's in her 20s, he can mold her. And I was in my mid 20s when I met my husband. So there was a lot of correction that had to be made on my side. Do you hear me? There was a lot of correction. So he was tearing away at everything. And I remember this, and I'm going to tell y'all this. Y'all going to die laughing when I say this, okay? One day he said to me, he said this exact thing to me, y'all. He said, one thing that you have missed. This is exactly what he said. One thing that you have missed in this marriage right here, I am king. That's what he told me. I am king. I am the only one that wears the pants in this family. That's what he told me. He said when we lay down to make love, he said, I conquer you. You don't conquer me. I fell out. I fell out, y'all. I was trying not to laugh, but I fell out. But he was straight serious, y'all, and I was in trouble. And I'm gonna tell you why he said this to me, that he is king, because I had took some money from the account. All our arguments is always because I had took some money from the account, okay? Because we always had a one pot system from the beginning of our marriage into right now. We still got that one pot system, honey. Okay? We still got that one pot system. So anytime I want to take money, okay, now I have gotten so better at it now, honey. I have gotten so better at it now. Because in the beginning, I used to do foolery. Okay. Now I just say, honey, this is what I have to pay. This is what, this is that. And he tell me, baby, set it up. Let it come through. Because my husband brings in the lion's share. Okay. He brings in the lion's share. But when we first married, I brought in the lion's share. So what that means, and I still had that ghetto attitude. Oh, it's my money. I do what I want to do. That's what I used to say. That's what I used to say. It's my money. I do what I want to do. I worked hard for this money. Yeah, listening to the nonsense of my girlfriends, listening to the nonsense of my parents who has not even been married and actually been in a household together. Okay, they got married on paper, but could not sit together, could not be in the same household. Okay, they couldn't even stand each other. And so the nonsense that I learned outside, I would bring it into our marriage. And my husband would ask me, who told you that first? First, I want to know who told you that. And then I say, oh, my father told me that. And then he would say to me, I want you to look at your father. I want you to look at your father. Okay. I want you to look at him and tell me how long he been married. And I want to know how long he been married in the same household with his wife. And I would say, oh, 2 years. He said, but on paper, they've been married like 30 years, right? I said, yeah. He said, okay, then. Okay. So we not going to be listening to him. Okay. We not going to be listening to him. Okay. I'm your husband. You have my last name. My husband used to be some, he used to get, listen, it used to be some wars in the house, y'all. I'm telling y'all back in the day over some money that I took, and I knew I knew I didn't do right. You hear me? Over some money I took, knew I didn't do right. You hear me? So now, when he said that to me, I used to get so upset because in my mind, I'm thinking I'm still by myself. I'm still doing everything by myself. And that, because I got the lion's share, I could do what I want. But my husband didn't play no games. Correction, correction, correction. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be like, and one day, and I told y'all this story. One day I sat on the edge of the bed. We was living in Orange then in New Jersey. I sat on the edge of the bed, okay, and we were arguing about something, okay. We were just getting the paperwork ready for us to buy the house down here, okay, and something just clicked in my head and said, for all these years I've been arguing with this man. Or was it then? And I'm trying to think. I don't think so. We wasn't buying a house yet. Okay. So I said, for all these years, I've been arguing with this man. These 2 years, I've been arguing with this man left and right, doing foolery. But I was on the edge of the bed. We got an argument about something. It was money. It was money again. I took some money from the account. And he said, so what you gonna do about it? Something like that, he said. And I was ready to respond, but this is what I said. I said, I'm sorry. Okay. I said, just like that to my husband, I'm sorry. And I'm going to replace the money. I'm going to put the money back. I apologize for that. And my husband turned around. He said, what you say? And I repeated myself. And he said, so you ready to follow me now? And I told him, yes, I'm ready to follow you. Just as humble. You hear I'm talking right now? That's exactly what I said to him. Yes, I'm ready to follow you. And I have been following him ever since, honey. This man has never steered me wrong. Never steered me wrong. And we've been married going on, it's about to be 16 years. Man had never steered me wrong. Okay? This is a lesson that I'm trying to teach y'all, whoever want to take heed to it. Okay? Whoever want to take heed to it, you better sit your son husband down and talk to your son husband. Okay? You better sit it down, because let me share something with you. You caused this creation. Just like me, I caused my creation too. All I'm saying to you is that I have, where you are right now with your children, I have been. And it doesn't work out if you don't correct this child. You will miss out on some good men that you have ran across because you have not taught this child to be respectful. And I know a lot of y'all women not going to agree what I'm saying, but it's because you have not taught this child to be respectful, and you sitting in delusion thinking that you're an alpha female and ain't nobody could tell you what to do. And just like Sir Hill Speaks said, that's a trauma response. And he's right. It is. It is a trauma response. Because we will sit around and talk about we are alpha female and all this foolery, and you will miss out on your blessing. Because ain't no man gonna want to put up with that nonsense. I'm sorry. Somebody made a joke years ago, said, would you marry yourself? I would not marry myself. I would not, baby. The nonsense that I used to do, okay, I would not marry myself. No, I would not. And this is why I always tell my husband, thank you. I always tell this man, thank you for marrying me. Thank you for giving me your last name. And he always laugh at me. He said, baby, go sit down. You doing too much. I said, no, honey, I want to cuddle up under you. I just want to tell you thank you. I want to rub your feet. I want to rub your back. You know where that come from? Y'all know where that come from? Cause I'm grateful. Yeah. That's where that come from. When a woman caters to a man that she has married, that well, the man has married her, and she wants to take care of him, it's because she's grateful and she understands the assignment. Now, there's a lot of things my husband can do on his own. Make his own plate, okay? Get his lunch ready for work, okay? Fill up his water bottle. He can do all these things, okay? But I do it. I do it. It's my duty to do it. And then because I want to, I want to. In all marriages and relationships, you must humble yourself at some point in time. You are so right. You are telling the truth, honey. You speaking it, merchant. Oh, you that's right. You telling the truth, chocolate. That's right. They said that. But we already know that we already knew the truth because I'm gonna tell you why. Because they running around here talking about they don't need no man. That's what they running around here talking about. I don't need no man with that foolery. This is the nonsense. Yes, honey. Melissa said, I do it because I want to. Yes, baby. I do it because I want to and I care, honey. My husband always tell me, baby, you always rubbing my feet after work. I said, because these are the feet that pay the mortgage in this house. These are the feet that put the light and the gas and the water, keep it on, honey. Put food in the refrigerator. These are the same feet. And let me share something with you. After the 2 years that I took my husband through nonsense and foolery and hurricane and tornado, all that foolery that I took my husband to, okay, this man was like, I'm going to still put you in submission. This man was like, that all the nonsense I was doing, I bet he just was laughing at me like, okay, I'm going to fix you. I'm going to fix you. You're going to stop with that alpha female nonsense. I'm going to fix you. Every time, honey, every time, y'all, it was a correction. I used to get so mad. One day I told him, I'm just going, I don't want to be married no more. And this is what he said to me. He got in my face. He said, let me share something with you. I told you the day I put this ring on your finger, right? The day I put this ring on your finger, I told you our marriage is forever. And I looked at him. He said, now go sit down. Go sit down. I don't have your time today, but when I get your time, you're going to see me. And I looked at him and I had to walk out. I just walked out the living room and went to the room. I was like, why am I always bothering this man? That's exactly what I was saying. Why am I always bothering this man? But this man took time to love me. He took time. He saw in me what I didn't see in myself. This is why I'm always so grateful to my king. This is why I don't entertain foolery in my DMs. I don't entertain comments that you put in the comment section when you trying to put your number, hashtag telephone number in my comments. I will block you and delete you. Okay? I will block you and delete you. I do not do foolery. Don't even tell me I wish you was my wife. I will block you too. Because I know the nonsense I took my husband through, and I don't want to go through no nonsense, no more foolery. Do you hear me? I don't play that nonsense. Don't do that to me. Because let me share something with you. I'm a hurricane mixed with a tornado. You do not want this nonsense, okay? You do not want this nonsense. Only one king can tame me. And listen, when he tell me be quiet, sit down, you will see me sit on a chair like a church mouse. I will be quiet. There's certain, let me share something with y'all. I'm about to laugh. I'm about to laugh so hard. I'm trying to hold it. There are certain things that when you marry, okay, that your husband will not entertain. Okay? If you have a man who will not entertain that foolery, baby, you better go sit down. You better go sit down. Because when the arguments start, you will not be able to contain the fire. Because I know. Because soon as I say something out of line, this man will pull his glasses down, just pull it down just a little bit. He'll be reading the newspaper. He pulled down his glasses just a little. This was back in the day, though, I'm talking about. Okay, because now he just go on his phone. Pull his glasses down just a little bit and cut that eye at you real quick. He cut that eye at you. So you know you done messed up. You done said some foolery. So now I just close my mouth. I just close my mouth. When I'm about to say something and come to my mind and I know it ain't right, I just close my mouth. Because I don't want that smoke. I know what his mouth do. I don't want that smoke. Okay? That's how I live my life. That's how my marriage is. I support my king. I love him. Anybody read my posts, y'all will always see the stuff that I put about him. And it's not me showing out or none of that stuff. It's just that I genuinely love my husband. It's not fake. I'm not doing no nonsense with social media. Okay? I'm not doing that. I genuinely love my husband. Okay? And yes, I cuddle up under him. I get under him. I rub him down. I do all that. Make his plate. I do all that because I love him. And even when I'm mad, I still do my wifely duties. And that's the thing we got to learn to get out of that nonsense. Even when you mad, still do your wifely duties. Because our mama and grandma taught us that foolery. Oh, when you mad, you ain't got to do no push with your husband. You ain't got to take care of him. You ain't got to make his plate. Tell him he can make his own damn plate. That's what they tell you. Don't listen to that nonsense. That's foolery. Do not listen to that. Take care of your husband. And if he a stepfather, you hear me? Get that child that don't belong to him and sit that child down and talk to that baby. Okay? Because what's going to happen is he going to worry about his own. He going to worry about his own. And you going to have a divide in that house. And those children that belong to him going to tell the child that don't belong to him is that that's our daddy. You're not going to disrespect our daddy. Okay? You don't want that. You do not want that. Do you hear me? You don't want that. So you better get that child that don't belong to your husband and put them on one accord. Put that boy or that girl on one accord. Tell them that you and your husband are a team and y'all will not be entertaining any foolery. All right, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, Merchant said, I usually do most of the cooking. Baby, let me share something with you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because let me share something with y'all. My husband is from Nigeria. Y'all know that, right? So I don't know how to cook most of their food. Okay. So certain soups I can't cook, and my husband will come and show me how to do this. You understand? Certain soups I can't cook. Certain soups I'm good at. I can do it on my own. But certain soups I can't cook. So he comes in and he shows me. Let me share something with y'all that some of y'all don't understand. Women are our children. Good morning, Lady Navoa. How are you, my dear? Walker, what's going on? How you doing? Isaiah, how you doing, my dear? It's good to see you. I'm sorry I didn't greet y'all when y'all first came in. I was on a roll. So, oh, don't say Isaiah, I got it right today. Don't play. I got it right today. So the thing is that we have to understand that we have to keep these children to know the difference. If you don't teach these children to know the difference, honey, you will never ever stay married. You won't. Because the child will find a division between you and the father. I mean, you and the stepfather. Because mama, the child know that you love them. So they may do some foolery. Do you understand? They may do some foolery. And then sometimes you have children that understand the assignment and they will give some act right. But all I'm saying is get the child on one accord. Mama, if you want to get married, you better get that child in order. Because just like I told y'all, the brother that I had known for years, he told me, you a good woman. You got a good heart. but you are alpha female and you don't have no control over that son that you got. You see that? So just as my husband saw in me that I was a wife, other men can see that. The same way he saw it, other men can see it too. All right? This is the truth. Other men can see it too. But if you have a lot of foolery, okay, if you have a lot of nonsense in the back of you that he got to deal with, this makes him think like, I don't think it's worth it. I can't, I'm not going to put up with that nonsense. But my husband was like, I'm going to put up with the nonsense. I'm going to put up with the nonsense, but I'm going to correct everything that come my way. It was like my husband was suited up for battle or something. You know what I'm saying? Like he was suited up for battle and he won the war. He won the war, honey. Because yes, I am obedient. I am not scared to say that. Okay. I am obedient. I listen. Okay. All right. And if I say something out of line, it'll be under my breath. And then he'll look at me and say, did you say something? Okay. That's how it is. That is how it is, honey. That is how it is. And I'm not ashamed to say that I am obedient to my husband and that I listen to my king. I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm not even ashamed to say that when we do celebrations, okay, for him, that me and the kids bow to him. I know y'all shocked I said that, right? But that's in my husband's culture. That's in his culture. The women's supposed to do that. Yeah. So I'm not ashamed to say that. I love my king. If it wasn't for him taking me, ripping off all those labels that I had all over my body, okay, and I had some horrible labels all over my body. And he placed one label upon me and said, I deem you wife. I deem you queen. This is why I tell y'all women, y'all got to stop saying that I'm queen, because it takes a king to appoint you as queen. You've been messing with jesters. You've been messing with jesters. All they do is play with you and screw you up and down and give you babies. That's what you've been doing. You've been messing with jesters and no king has come. So now you're going to go back to the wall and sit there with the dunce hat on until a king decide they want to come your way. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I don't care if you got offended. You are right. No man has to adopt the woman's children. You are correct. No man should have to. You have heard women say that. Make his own, clean up yourself, etc. Yes, I will never tell my husband that. I don't tell my husband that. I don't tell him you can make your own plate, you can clean up. I do not tell my king that nonsense. Because even now, I'm going to share something with you. Even if your king has gotten out of work, something has happened, they have laid him off, is he not still king? Is he not still king? This is the thing that we miss in our marriage, because people will go through hard times. He is still king. You still supposed to treat him accordingly. We have been down that road before too. And yet and still, I had to keep my mindset correct, because I could have destroyed our marriage. Because of the nonsense that I was taught growing up, I could have destroyed our marriage too. But I still kept my role. And what happened? My husband still found a job. Do you hear me? He still landed the job because he was still pursuing and going out. He didn't let what happened defeat him. He still went out there and said, I will still take care of my family. Okay? So all I'm saying is, women, if you marry, okay, if you are married, your child, one of your children does not belong to your husband, honey, it's never too late to get that child and sit that child down. Get that child and sit that child down, because the children that you have with your husband will start looking at the other child cray cray, because they'll be like, how dare he talk to my father like that? Like, if it wasn't for my daddy, none of this stuff would get paid in this house. You know what I'm saying? The children start looking at the other child cross-eyed. So you got to watch that. Do you hear what I'm saying? You got to watch that. All I'm saying is think about it. That's all I'm saying. Change your mindset. If you want to get married, you better sit that child down that does not belong to your soon to be husband and talk to that baby, because you will see foolery. You will see nonsense. And I'm speaking from experience, honey. I'm speaking from experience. Do you know how many times my husband, he would just look at me and he would say, it's only because I love you. It's only because I love you, honey. And I will look at my husband. I'll be like, I don't, my heart would be broke, because I know that this man loved me. But that's what he used to say to me. It's only because I love you. Because can you imagine if my husband had no regard for me? He would have took it to my son, and I wouldn't have I couldn't do nothing about it. He would have took it to him. But it was because the love he had for me. My king, if you watching this video, baby, I love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You don't know. Thank you. And now I have all your four twins running around this house. Thank you. It's just that we don't understand the concept. We don't. Let me get to the comments real quick, because y'all know how I could run my mouth. Okay, Growth came. He said, I'm ninja watching. Auntie Jenny said, my son was 5 when I met my man. The older the child, the harder it is for the man. You right, Auntie Jenny. I love my late stepdaddy. He got on well with my dad too. Happy home. Oh, wow. Go ahead, Auntie Jenny. Okay, I'm in eyes. She just greeting everybody. Mona D said, you telling the truth. Mona D said, just because we may bring in the majority of the money doesn't mean that we don't need our husbands to ensure that the money is spent wisely. Amen, Mona D. You are so correct. Because I'm not good with money at all, honey. I'm not, even to this day, baby. I am not. Okay. My husband still governs all the money. He tells me what to pay, and that's how I do it. Mona D said, and money doesn't dictate the proper leadership of the home. You are correct, Mona D. You on the money. Mona D said, we can have all the money in the house, and it doesn't mean that our husband isn't the leader, protector, and provider. Amen, Mona D. You speaking it, honey. And Mona said, please like the video. And then Isaiah says, a man can run a whole household, but it feels better when a female grace my kingdom. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Walker said, morning, lady. How are you, Walker? What's going on, my brother? Lady Navoa says, good morning, sister. All right, Lady Navoa. Thank you. Okay, now I just see a lot of emojis, people greeting everybody. Lady Navoa says, to you for almost being at 8K subscribers, you passed 7.5. Keep growing. Oh, Mona D, I'm sorry. Lady Navoa, thank you, baby. I appreciate it. I'm trying to keep growing. But my Instagram is growing like crazy. I don't know what's going on. I done hit 21K and some change. Y'all cray over here. I don't know what's going on. King said, my love is not easy to get, and all the perks. I hear you, King. I hear you. I am glad you are an experienced Black woman with this message. Keep pushing the message, my sister. I pray you will positively influence the minds of our other brothers and sisters. Thank you, my dear. I greatly appreciate that. Let me see. King said, my love is not easy to get and the perks. I think I read that already. Let me see what else I got. Um, Desmond says, morning. I am Desmond from Jamaica. Teach because they need to learn. Oh, thank you, Desmond. I appreciate that. Dirty said, just had this conversation with my mother. Oh, uh-oh. Malik give a thumbs up. Chocolate says, street jesters. Yes, Chocolate, you speaking it, honey. Street jesters, honey. King said, no man has to adopt a woman's child. This is right. You speaking the truth. You are speaking the truth. Let me see. I know somebody else put this in here. Loyalty is a highly attractive. I understand those males that get distracted from your message. Please tell your husband thank you from us, trying to remind others, trying to remind ourselves of the power of a strong queen. He is trying to remind us of the power of a strong. Mm, I'm not gonna leave that right there. I don't know if you were saying that right. Okay, honey. So, guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for rocking with me. Y'all know how we do. I don't go past an hour. I try not to because, I could run my mouth all day. Everybody have a wonderful day. Y'all take it easy. Thank you for tuning in. And the lesson that I preached today, I pray y'all can give it to somebody else. Share it with somebody else, baby. Okay? Share it with somebody else that's going through something. Okay? Because you can't let these children let you miss your king. Don't let these children let you miss your king because the way they behave. You hear me? Talk to these children, sit them down, honey. Because what's going to happen is you're going to have to go back and sit at the wall until another king decide to come to the wall and want to save you. Okay? Stop listening to these influencers talking about that you are the king, you are better than the man, and all this foolery that they teach y'all, and that you the prize and all this nonsense. Stop listening to these women tell y'all that you the prize. Baby, let me share something with you. And shout out to Ricky. Shout out to Ricky for this right here, because I always use it. After he said this thing, I always use this. Shout out to Ricky Williams on Instagram. He said, the man is the table. The man is the table. And the woman comes to dress the table. Take heed to the message, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Instagram, I'm going to let you out first, baby. Take it easy. YouTube, my foundation. Y'all have a wonderful day. Mona D, Isaiah, Lady Navoa. Okay. Almond Eyes, Growth, Walker. All right. And anybody that I miss, Auntie Jenny. Okay. Williams, Chance, Mrs. She Said, Big Cooper, Terry, Anye, JB. All of y'all have a wonderful day. You hear me? Please like the stream before you leave, everybody. And thank you for coming to hear me say my rant again. Take heed to the message, everybody.